So this is how to draw a landscape.
Starting off to sketch the path leading towards the castle. It's typical of you know, the way I usually draw castles, along a long winding path. So yeah, I just wanted to do another one of these, but maybe like a wider shot, so the castle's smaller and it sits right in the centre of the picture. I'm using like a popper pencil, which is, you know, what I've used on quite a few of my other videos, where, you know, you just replace the lead if it gets blunt and that with another one. They have about 9 lead pieces inside the tube, so you can just replace them. They're fairly cheap, and what you get is like a HB standard lead piece, which is great for sketching, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so I'd like to do like maybe the mountains in the background, and, you know, really, you know, try just having a go at sketching like a landscape, because it's something that I ain't really done for, you know, quite a while, good few months I'd say. I've also got another video which I've nearly edited. That's like another type of landscape with a sort of a castle, but it's almost like a mountain that's been like carved as a castle, if you know what I mean. That I'll be uploading that one, and I'll link it to this one as well. So, you know, yeah. So the idea with this, you know, like castle design, I just wanted it to sit right in the centre, and maybe, I don't know, at the sides some kind of water or something, but I wanted to do like a misty sort of effect, but I wasn't sure if I was going to transfer this to the computer and do some digital stuff with that, which I may do in the future, and that's what I like to do with quite a few drawings I put in like a digital pile. So yeah, I've just really, with this drawing, I've just stuck to using one type of pencil, because I wanted to get the concept down on the paper, and I think that's important. You know, in case you mess up, you know, you just want to lay down a concept on the paper, and, you know, just to see if it'll turn out the way you expected. In the future, I'd like to, you know, add other grades of pencil, you know, to the shading, and really add some depth to these drawings. But for now, this one is doing quite fine. So I mean, when drawing castles, I'm just drawing a typical castle with, you know, like towers and, you know, that sort of thing. With, it's sort of like a construct of towers with the largest tower in the middle, maybe, and a few long thin towers at the sides. It's not a classic design, so, you know, it's not perfect, but most art isn't when you're just drawing a concept drawing. So this you know, video, as you'll probably be aware, like I've took out the audio, so unfortunately there's no sketching sounds, so, but there's me just talking over it. So I'm just testing out different formats. So there we go. I'm sure I did a previous video which was of a larger castle with this sort of a similar winding path. It's almost like it's been carved out of a mountain, you know, and it's the last surviving path to get to the castle, you know, which is a classic way I like drawing castles. I've always drawn them that way, you know. So I think I will, when I finish this drawing right at the end. I think this video is about 24 minutes long, so it's another long one. What I will be doing though is I'll be going through all my videos and doing like a time-lapse option that people can watch that one instead, and I'll try and add some music to it, or just do something like that, just to provide some more options for people to click on for these drawings, because I know people sitting through 24 minutes might not be a good idea when you're busy online, so just trying to provide more options there. Yeah, so a lot of these drawings I'm going to go back through them, even previous drawings that I've done, and even colour drawings. I'm going to be putting them into piles and seeing what digital work I can do, just to really make them professional, looking. So that's what I'll be doing in the future. I'm just rambling at the moment because at the moment my video ain't running in sync, so I'll switch that off, so I can't really see exactly what I'm drawing. I'm just going by memory. I drew the mountains on the drawing, and in the background some elements of the sky and a few clouds. I just wanted to roughly sketch in. Here's another point I'll be doing. I've half done a video on drawing in perspective, and this sort of landscape drawing that I've done, it has an element of perspective in it, so I'll be doing something along them lines in another video. I'm going through only basic perspective drawing, because I really need to get more of a grasp on drawing in perspective to be any use in a video, so that's another thing that'll be coming up. So again, this video is inspired by another YouTube channel. It's called Tyler's Art Shack, where he does a lot of landscape drawings and stuff like that, and I've looked at a few of his videos, and where he draws mountains in the background and that sort of thing. So I guess I was just inspired by that, watching a few of them videos, just to get an idea really, and and that's why I think this visual arts category is needed, because it highlights that there is other artists out there, and if you're really stuck for something to draw, then it's worth looking at these other videos and really seeing what you could draw. If you ever have like a block with your creativity or whatever, you can just look for ideas on and inspiration through other artists' work. So I really think this visual arts category needs to be implemented in whatever way YouTube is gonna do this, because we're not quite sure at the moment. But yeah, so cheers to Tyler's Art Shack. There's a few other artists as well that's that I've been inspired by, and I'll be doing videos which relate more to them art-wise. So yeah. So you can tell I'm just rambling now. So yeah, what else can I say? Originally with this drawing I was going to draw a load of trees at the side of this long winding path, but I decided against that because I wanted just to create like a sense of bleakness. I could just like emptiness within, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be either water or mist at the side, but I think if truth be told, I'd rather it to be mist. Then you can't exactly see what's under all that, but then I think I did it as water at the time, so I could always change that if I was going to go digital, which I probably will in the future, you know, with this drawing. So yeah, in fact I've got a book on castles, which I bought about a month ago, or a couple of months. I forget the time now because it's time just seems to merge and go real fast, you know. I think I need a time machine, but I don't think there is one at the moment, or at least we wouldn't know about it because, you know, they'd be zipping through time and all that. Yeah, you can tell I'm definitely rambling on. Yeah, I got this book and it was a really interesting book about British castles, and it had, you know, pictures and stuff like that. I'll have to maybe do a video on it and just show you this book. It's really interesting. There's some good pictures, you know, of like castle walls and actual castles throughout the whole of England. Yeah, so I'll have to really dig that one out, and I already gained some inspiration from it, but I need to absorb the pictures in my mind to draw some more accurate, realistic castles. So, I mean, this one was just drawn from my mind, so it was like, it doesn't look as realistic or as authentic, but it's still a good concept art, you know. I reckon, you know, any drawing that you do is always useful, because, you know, you can work out different ideas based on any drawing, so it's all good. In fact, I've got some other books on. What did I? That was a good few months ago. I bought a book on drawing and painting fantasy landscapes and cityscapes. Yeah, that was actually quite interesting. And fantasy architecture I got as well. Yeah, just trying to look on my little bookshelf. Yeah, and they're really interesting as well because it's all about it's mainly focused on digital art and concepts and like textures of buildings and, you know, different things like that, which is, you know, just fascinating when you know, trying to do these pieces of art. So I'll have to probably do a book review video of them books as well. Yeah, I've got quite a few books on different things. Yeah, there's something to think about in the future because I love doing these videos. You know, just like showing you my artistic process. I mean, there's you know, better artists out there, and you know, I'm just like a drop in the ocean. I don't think my work's better than any other because, you know, it isn't. Frankly, it's just, you know, I love drawing. I just like to try and create something that's okay, you know, it's from my own imagination. That's all I've ever wanted to do, and right now I'm working full time on this now, so I've got a lot of time to make videos, see to my websites, and eventually sell my artwork. So yeah. There we go. An uncomfortable silence. Because I've run out of things to say. So what can I talk about? Yes. Hmm. Yeah, future videos. I've got more painting videos. I've got some acrylic painting videos that I've already started, and you know, there's a few ideas that I want to really experiment with, different formats and, you know, things like that. I'm really going for the experimental angle on painting, because it's something I ain't done since my college years. so I'm going for different ways of laying down the paint and things like that. And I've got I've always wanted to do like a pinhead painting, you know, from Hellraiser. But that's largely experimental. I wanted to just, you know, just slap on all the paint and not draw anything to begin with. No sketching, nothing. Just layer everything with paint and just see what happens. So that's what's coming up. It's a more experimental painting work and, you know, acrylic work. You know, because that's, you know, where I think I need to develop more. Because I think I've done a lot of drawing videos where they've become almost like formulaic, where I do 3-part videos of the drawing stage, the inking stage and the colour stage. I think it's time to mix things up now and do something different. Maybe just do like an all-in-one type of video where I just, you know, do one thing instead of splitting everything up into parts now, unless it's really needed. You know, because I can go with these high definition videos now. So I mean, later when I get a new MacBook, I'll have way more better, you know, media package to, you know, edit these videos and, you know, stuff like that. But until then, I'm just going with the Windows Live, you know, software which I use just to edit, you know, these videos. So yeah. The interesting thing about doing these sorts of landscapes, particularly fantasy landscapes, is you can sort of like escape into the, you know, the worlds that you're creating. And not like escaping, you know, like in a Mary Poppins sort of comical way. It's more as, you know, you can think about the stories behind them, or the, you know, the actual characters that could exist in them worlds. And it's useful if you're creating your own, you know, like comic book or, you know, graphic novel, or even like a regular novel where you're just writing all the text. You know, I find it interesting to build up something from scratch, and it's something that I've been doing off and on for quite some time now. Even though it is taking time to do my own graphic novel, that's what I'm working towards. You know, because I've been struggling with the idea, should I release it as a black and white one or full colour? And I think to really show a good, you know, effort of a graphic novel, I think full colour is the way to go, because I am going to self-publish the graphic novels, and I've got lots of ideas. It's just I need to focus on one idea at a time, and that's something that I haven't been doing. I've been focusing on several different projects all at once, and I think it's just become too much, and that's why certain websites I've got, I'm going to have to maybe drop some and just keep the ones that I want to keep, you know, because I think it's when you're an artist in any sort of, you know, area or expertise, if you can call it that, you've just got to focus on one thing, unless you're an illustrator where you might be hired to do different ideas, and, you know, you might have a few jobs running all at the same time, but in this case I'm not. I'm just working through YouTube and my own websites, so and I'm going to start selling my artwork, like I said before, maybe on eBay or, you know, other places, like Zazzle. I need to do more in that sort of work and area. So yeah, it's quite interesting doing this sort of work, because it's something that I love doing, drawing, and, you know, just creating ideas out of nothing except my mind from my own imagination. So yeah. So you can probably see this drawing coming together. I mean, I can't see it on my screen because there's some lag time. So yeah, it's it certainly is fun drawing this sort of stuff. It's more relaxing in a weird sort of way because you can, you know, you can lose yourself in the picture because there's sometimes no people to draw to scale or anything like that. You just draw, you know, whatever you want to draw, like the mountains in the background and the castle right at the centre, and you know the mist or the water at the side, or even flames at the side. You know, that'll be cool. You know, so and particularly what interests me is about maybe doing these types of drawings and transferring them to the computer and seeing what variations you could do. I mean, you could do two, three, four different types of picture from the same drawing. You know, like I said before, like a misty castle scene, or you could just turn it into like a vision of hell or something. You know, with flames coming out, and you know the castle's all red and flamey and stuff like that, and fireballs coming from the sky or something. That's two different versions there. You know, you could just take bits of existing photos of trees and just start adding them here and there, and you know, there's all sorts of digital work that I really want to do. I've got another book that I hadn't really gone through because I've got Photoshop Elements 8, I think it is, which is a slightly old program, but it's the only Photoshop program that I've got. I use GIMP occasionally because it's free, but I'm trying to go through this Photoshop Elements 8 just to, you know, work things out and see what I can do with it. Always when drawing these type of landscapes, you can often find yourself, you know, like drawing too much, or you know, going overboard with the shading or something like that, and that's something that I didn't want to do. I just wanted to lay down the concept and just leave it as that, because I could always scan it into you know, my computer at some point and do some digital work, which I need to learn more about before I ever attempt something like that. I know it's all about layers and, you know, stuff like that, and applying effects that work, like filters and stuff like that. So that's something that I definitely want to try in the future, and that's something that I'm learning slowly as I go along. Much like these Google Hangouts, I've tried a few, you know, tests here and there, and I think it's my computer that doesn't work properly. So I really want to try them as well. Do some live streams. So yeah, coming up to the end, near enough for this drawing now. You know, just have fun drawing landscapes and castles and buildings and fantasy scenes, because I'll be drawing more of these, you know, as time goes on. Because as I said, I'm going to mix things up with my channel and try and draw different things, and actually tackle all my old requests. Because I've got some videos which that just need editing really on my computer, and then, you know, I can actually, you know, post them out there on YouTube. So yeah, I'll wind this down now, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this drawing. I'm going to do more of these, you know, so keep drawing, and cheers now.